What's up, Alphas? It's your boy Alphas. I'm May, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. You know all the routine, and I know what y'all want to get into. Y'all want to get right into it, but before you do, remember to do that one thing for me. If you enjoy the content, if you don't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry wasting your time. But if you do, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. We do this every Sunday, as well as House of Dragons. Sometimes Queen Serpent, but Queen Serpent will be tomorrow. So first off, we got to talk about Raising Kanan and Palomar. I want to start with Palomar. I know we do recaps every week, but we got to start off with Palomar. This is it. Isn't he in high school? He is a high school student. This is her daughter's boyfriend. We're gonna get into it deeper on what happened, but I just want to know, yo, this is not normal. Kanan said this is not normal. By the way, the part I want to talk about before we get into this happens a lot in the hood, by the way. I know y'all don't want to talk about it. I know it's like taboo. The older woman whose daughter kind of thinks the guy's cute and she like seduces him in a way. I want y'all to understand that this in the hood is somewhat normal. Not that it's a good thing, but it is normal what is going on. Palomar is different. And often young men get caught in these situations where the attractive older lady comes into their life and, you know what I mean, it's cute, right? It's like, oh, look at the little boyfriend or girlfriend or something. He's so cute. They grab him on the cheek and flirt with him. He's becoming a man. And they decide to take action in their own hands. And men are typically taught not to say anything because you that dude, right? You are that guy. You got the older lady. You are cool. It often happens. So if you cringe at this episode, just know this happens way more than you think it does. I just want to start the episode by talking about that. And then we're going to get into the episode. So like I said, one more time before we get into the episode, I'm going to remind you periodically, not too much. I don't want to be overbearing, but please, you can hit that. You know what I mean? You can hit that, as well as know what's going on throughout the week. Will be at the bottom of the screen throughout the show. So I hope y'all enjoy the show. Let's get into this episode. Let's break some stuff down. We start off with the show with Jukebox, his morning Nicole. Her father, James Bingham, shows up, arrives with flowers. And in this scene, I felt sad. Because James is coming, he says he's not with his wife anymore. They were too different. You kind of got the hint that she's racist, and I'm not kind of that. Jukebox Laverne wants to tell him something. Like, I gotta tell you something. And she's like, I don't care. You made my daughter happy. That is vital to me. Like, that's important to me. This good father wanted his daughter to be happy. I think he realized he can't change the past, because I know with the thought process of, hey, look, she was gonna tell him and she felt bad, so she was gonna tell him, but he like, I don't care. He must be an idiot, or it doesn't change anything. He realizes it doesn't change anything. He's at that path of acceptance right now. Hey, listen, I don't care. You made her happy, and that was it. And to be honest, I was going to divorce my wife, but her death hastened it. She was going to go to college, and then we was going to divorce because we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. That scene hit because he's at a point of acceptance of what happened, even though every day he comes and visits her. Really powerful moment. You can sense like the emotions going in Laverne's head as she sees this, and how her feelings switch, and she sees the love of a parent. And that love of a parent kind of hints at her wanting to be more involved with her mother and even speak to her father in this episode. We're going to get to that in a minute. We go to the next scene in which, hold up, before that, I don't want to mess this up. He asked about the tape. If Marvin broke the tape, of course, he breaks the tape, he throws it away, and she doesn't have it anymore. He asked about it. She said, I don't know what. He said, Nicole probably destroyed it because she don't want to see you with her, and it reminds her of things, so she probably destroyed it. So that situation. Next, we see Lou as he is distracted with Zisa, handling his business after he, of course, did what he did to Crown last episode, him and Zisa is getting intimate. And, of course, we see that some guys jump in the middle of it. They just run up in the building. And they say Crown borrowed $50K from Linton Manley. He used the studio as collateral, and if he didn't pay, Lou's studio would become his. Essentially threatening Lou. We all know what happened in that situation with Zisa, and it's interesting because, again, as I said in the last week's episode, Zisa and him they gonna do what they do. But it was interesting how Lou reacted. He know he dealing with some other people, but he doesn't want Rock in his business, so he's in like a little pickle right now. We quickly switch to Marvin. He meets Marco Basoli, discussing getting rid of course, you know who he's talking about. A rat in Jersey, his ex. Again, this is where the title comes in. Past mistakes. Past mistakes hurt you. They literally are hunting people. Lou not depending on Rock, trying to handle his own business, and mistakes from Crown from the past, and now Marvin trying to get rid of a rat on a woman that don't really care about him. They even said in the season, right, that she said she didn't say nothing on him. Weird situation. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay. Put the Basellis in a weird situation and send Mario out there to handle his business, essentially. We see Rock with Fareed Cartier. They dining at this amazing looking restaurant, and they're interrupted by a guy named Tremont Stinson. This is the first time we've seen this dude. He is Fareed's distro, apparently. But he's talking tough to Fareed, right? He's talking a little spicy to my guy Fareed. He's getting in there with Fareed, right? He's like, yo, listen, Fareed like, maybe I make you too much money. He's like, and then walks off. Of course, Rock does what she does and pointing out that he's been insubordinate. And the situation gets a little deeper, and he looks over at him and starts back drinking his drink. We see Kanan return the revolver to Palomar, and she seduces him into getting intimate, which we've been talking about. And he was like, I'm dating your daughter. And she was like, oh, I'm a woman too, in a seductive way. I told you she is a demoness, seductress, succubus. Like, you got to stay away from those. Those are very dangerous. And they're all through the hood, by the way. Charming young men to do things that they probably shouldn't do too early with people they probably shouldn't do it with. Not to say he's interested, but again, Kanan don't got life experience. He don't. Let me take your headphones. Let me talk to you. Kanan doesn't have life experience. I want you to understand this. He doesn't have life experience. So of course, a woman that know what she doing can manipulate, put the hands on the shoulder, rub on the back of the neck, to the head tip. She feels soft. He gonna fall for it. Flee from temptation, my young brother. But he don't know that yet. Flee from temptation, my brother. Again, he doesn't know that. And then this scene switched into a good transition, amazing transition, in which Jukebox is talking about don't sleep with your mother's daughter, or your daughter's mother. Well, not daughter's mother. Don't sleep with your sister's. No, don't sleep with your wife's mother. They said all of them. Don't sleep with nobody. This is what it said. It all said all of that. So the transition is sweeping back and forth between what was happening in that situation, and then it went to Juice situation, Laverne's. It went to Jukebox situation in which she was being spoken to that, oh, women don't sleep with women and all that stuff, and they went through all the whole routine, and the dude just repeated over and over again, and how God judges about alternative lifestyles. You see this dude named Corey, and he goes outside. He kind of put the moves on Juke. He put the moves on her. He slid in there and said, hey, when you gonna give me them digits? She ain't really interested. Y'all know why she not interested. But she looks up at her mother. She looks up at her mother and sees that he could be he a church dude. He get her closer to her mom, so she decided to give him the digits. Right? He decides. She decides. Yo, I can. Mom is watching. She sees he's flirting with me. It looks good for church, man, woman. It looks good for him, essentially, right? It looks amazing for him, so she gives him the digits. We go to the next scene where you see Marvin in the trap building, the operation on pause, all the drug dudes up there, they scratching, they itching, they covering up the hallways, it's hard to get in and out. And of course, we find out that Lou is, of course, interrupting the cash flow. He gets the cash out, he leaves. We know what Lou's trying to do, but Marvin like this is hurting, and the people was like, "Yo, this is hurting business. I don't know what's going on. This operation ain't running smoothly." We see Marvin go into the room and speak, and we'll get ready to speak. She wants looking for Rock, but she sees Jukebox. They have a conversation talking about Kenya, and he explains why his problem with Kenya is that she is for herself, and that she will leave you the first time of trouble, the first time you look bad. Essentially, that's why we're getting at, because that's where I think it's going. The first time she looks bad to the church, she's gonna dip. She's not really for you. She never was for you. Even though I mess up, I'm going to be here even through my mess ups. So if you mess up with her, she's gonna run away and not want no responsibility. That's what I'm assuming gonna happen in this show. That's my assumption of what's gonna happen in this episode. We see Detective Howard go into the precincts. He saw Scrappy Mother, who was complaining about the detective. Of course, he didn't, but he gave her bad information. It's gonna come out to bad intel and what happened because she refused to believe her son did anything. We saw her earlier in the episode. I mean, earlier in the season. We see Rock still at the place they were. I'm guessing because she had the same clothes on. She ran into Tremont, who looked like he got a big old shiner on his face. He looks like he has a shiner on his face. Looks very bad, and she offers him a deal. She offers a better deal than Fareed. I don't know, Rock. Rock, this expansion thing we've been talking about all season. You are looking very, very over ambitious without knowing how far to go. Ziggers would say getting too close to the sun. We see Symphony meets Kanan at lunch. They talk about the new job he got at Charlotte. Basically, just that. You see Bert being extremely nosy, harassing Symphony, pulling him over, asking for his license and registration, asking a bunch of questions about Kanan and who his father is, and did you have a relationship with his mother? Ain't got nothing to do with nothing because he hasn't committed a crime. He's not even accused of doing a crime. So she's basically harassing him. The only thing she could get is that he is possibly drove him off because they saw them together, which is the most worthless information ever. And the fact that if he brought it up to the people that she harassed them with no reason, she no broken light, nothing, she can literally get fired for this. She could literally lose her job if he went up to the police station and said she did this. Her obsession is insane. Obviously, if Howard knows who did it and he's not telling you, it's a reason why, Bert. Bert is a reason why. You're not going to close a case if he doesn't cooperate. You might even get the old dude to collaborate, but he ain't going to go for it. He's not. He going to say he's crazy. He's a crackhead. Even if the crackhead say he saw him wearing the unique jacket, you're going to believe the police officer that got it versus the dude that didn't. But then it'll make Howard in a bad situation because Howard basically have to say, "Oh, I do remember, and I don't remember seeing him there." And then it comes out that he might be Howard's son, and that you see how messy it gets. Soon as you think this as a police officer, or detective, you be like, "Okay, we don't want to mess with it. We don't want to mess with that." It gets weird, right? We see Unique and Worrell, they talking. Worrell like, I don't know if we should do this. Rock got her own business. Rock got business. We out here making bread. We doing good right now. Unique knows what the deal is. She even admits to in the next scene that Rock is gonna get rid of us. Soon as she get a chance, soon as she be able to move, we just a pawn in her scheme. So we gonna have our own plan. Of course, Marco Baselli ran up on him. Worrell pulls it out like, "Yo, what? Who is this?" Unique wants him like, "Bro, you know we gangsters. You don't just pull up on us like that." They laugh. He tells him and Marvin. Unique looks over, says, "Those two idiots. You might need to hide the women and children because something bad is gonna happen." Foreshadowing. That's some nice foreshadowing in the episode. You see Burke Dills and Howard pass the eye. He finds out that Rock was possibly a 17-year-old informant. Another officer overheard it, so of course, he's the vet. He got the people on his side. So I don't know what. Like I'm saying, she is playing a dangerous game. Rock mixed with her plug, Jaquan, and talks about Unique because, of course, Juliana, Jaquan's sister, is not really for this. She doesn't really like him. So she's like, "Yo, he threatened me. He kidnapped me. I don't trust him." Rock like, "Listen, if I did off emotion, I would have been got rid of the dude. We handling business right now." Essentially, what she is telling him, it's a necessary evil to expand. She tells how she's gonna get Tremont to join side. They're gonna have Baltimore, the Eastern Seaboard, and again, she's being ambitious. Tremont, of course, has a spy to spy on him. He want to know more about the key players, which, again, being overly ambitious, trying to get Tremont in. Tremont, if what Fareed says is true, you keep him in condition. Fareed might even planet him to put the stuff on his face to do it, which will be a great situation, right? A great intelligent move by him to put a guy in the situation to actually get information out of her, find out who we're moving with, and then move out the way. Because I don't think Fareed is stupid enough to know that Rock is not ambitious. So he knows an ambitious woman or ambitious person in general will typically bite the hand that feeds them, but he's interested in it, right? I want to know who you work with. You find out who I work with. And I think that might come into play. We got 3 more episodes that might come into play. We see Uncle Lou get jumped by Lynn Manley's goons for the cash he owes. He got jumped. We talked about old Lou is back last week, but Lou got them beatings put on him, right? He got them hands. Well, feet more so put on him. We ain't used to seeing Lou like that, but Lou got. They planned it well. Lou got. I still feel like he's an old Lou, but he got caught, right? He got caught. You can't say old Lou wouldn't have got caught. He was just in a bad situation. But he got and I'm pretty sure if he's anywhere near or going back to what he was, he will be doing he gonna handle his business. Symphony's tell Rock that the cop asked about who Kanan's father is. We think Symphony put 2 and 2 together and start trying to figure it out. That's Howard's partner, and I think he kind of figured it out. And he essentially tells her what happened. Tell her she's moving to Charlotte, North Carolina, and she asked the question, "Hey, what you tell him?" Like, nothing. Like, your nothing might be different from my nothing. And Stephanie might be in trouble this season. I'm seeing red flags. This is flags are swarming this man right now. Flags are everywhere around this man. Everywhere. You see Marvin finally gets Renee's number at the anger management graduation. She's basically telling him, "Listen, I hope you call me for when you need me. I hope to need you." And they had that little weird floating scene. We go back to this situation. Kanan is in Palomar, is laying in bed, and she asks, "Do I feel that much older than you?" Again, these succubus lives all around you. You don't know it. They are monsters around people. Like, we like to pretend they don't exist. It's like the monsters you pretend don't exist. You see the men that do it, like they exist. You keep them. We tell on them and get them away for the most part. Even though some of them escape through by fear and other intimidation factors, and putting like monetary gain, like you'll be broke if you leave me. But we don't see these succubus get got a lot. So she lay in the bed. Kareen called her. Kanan is embarrassed. Kareen is outraged. Yeah, Palomar like, yo, this is a life lesson how to keep your man. I'm teaching you right now. Kanan like, this is not normal. Palomar, this ain't normal. And she said, you want to be normal? And then kisses him. And again, that demon, she did the same technique. Put the two hands around your neck like this. Rub it. Hold you tight. Kiss you, get a little soft. Everything, your mind go fuzzy. Flee from temptation, my people. Flee. Flee. She seduced him again. We see Lou go to Farier Cartier for the money rather than his own sister. Farier, of course, won't half of Crown's half of the cut, and he'll be a silent partner, which Lou can still control the label. Lou, of course, agreed. You know Farier is a businessman to the 10th degree. He is a busy about it. And he's interested in Zisa. If he wasn't interested in Zisa and her talent, thought it was a quick get rich scheme, he would 100% not do it. Yo, Cartier is in everything. This man is in everything. My man is everywhere. He is doing his job, handling his business as a businessman. And I feel like he is going to be vital to season 3. I don't even think he's going to away this season. I think him and Uniqo going to take over the jersey thing and do his thing. I think Farier is just going to run things in New York. He's going to find out all the information he needs from Trey Money and all them people from what's that. And he's going to do his thing. And I think it's going to be a great season 3. And I think season 2 going to end, as I always said, it's going to be about Juke, Kenya leaving, coming out as gay, and of course, that leading the church to spun her, which lead to that Laverne in power, which is a monster, and probably leads her to Howard. I doubt it leads to Burke. I think Burke gonna get in trouble, but leads to Howard. That's my thought process of what's gonna happen. Next thing we see, Marco is poached Dominic to take out a rat for Marvin. He hired the racist, the dumb racist. He hired the stupid dude. He hired me like, yo, don't mess up because you know you gotta get in there. And he's doing this on a secret mission. Yo, you take the most capable person with you. You take the most capable person with you. That's who you take. You gotta take somebody much better than Dominic. They busting Tony's place. Tony, of course, is the guy who Mark is obsessed with. I'm dumbfounded. Like, why did he take Dominic? Like, who on earth would suggest you take Dominic with you? He took Dominic. Marco demanded that Dominic shoot the man, but he shoots Marco instead. The man grabbed the gun and shot Dominic. The two hit each other, and Dominic fled. And Tony is in the bed, of course, laying there bloodied, and I don't think she's gonna make it. And this Marvin, bro, why did you bro? She didn't even snitch on you. She didn't even snitch on you, Marvin. Why is Marvin like you got? Y'all let me know in the comments. How do y'all feel about Marvin and Tony? Do you think it's justified in him being obsessed over Tony when she didn't even snitch on him? Let me know. I need to know y'all thoughts. I want to know how y'all feel about this because I think it's insane. I think the dude is. See, Rock. This is why I said it all season. Rock need to focus on her family because instead of trying to expand, her family just going out doing whatever they want and not thinking about consequences. Not thinking at all about the consequences. Rock met with Howard about Burke's program. He told her about springing famous, and Kanan, of course, talked about the drug. He figured it was her money. He got it out. He said, "Oh, I made a mistake with your boy Scrappy, and my bad. I thought he was a snitch. He apparently not a snitch. My bad. I got bad intel. That's on me." Of course, they like Scrappy, so Rock probably not gonna tell Lou and Marvin that she got bad intel and he's not a snitch because it might look bad because Lou actually likes Scrappy. So of course he didn't question about Symphony. How much do he know about Kanan, and what do they know the situation? Because if it don't, it's gonna be trouble. She says about Burke. He like Burke is stupid. She not gonna get anything, even though she is stupid, but she's like the dumb stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like she is the stupid that get her in trouble when she knows to stop. Like again, Icarus getting too close to the sun consistently. It's like a theme in the show. I like how 50 Cent constantly puts that in there. Getting close to the sun, you keep reaching for things you probably shouldn't reach for. Even though it's there, you can get to it. You probably shouldn't reach it. And that's what Burke is right now. And even her girlfriend tells her straight up, listen, you are not investigating a shooting. You are investigating the cop that the shooting happened to. You're looking like Internal Affairs, and everybody hate Internal Affairs. Your obsession is going to get you in trouble because you are not Internal Affairs. And no, like I said, nobody like we even seen Officer 117 or whatever his name was actually have looking from the side of his eye. Howard is a veteran of the police force and probably one of the most trusted people there. Burke does not think. And Kareen went to Rock about her boyfriend sleeping with her mother. She told his mama on him. She literally told his mama that he's sleeping with her mama. Is this Inception? You're snitching on your boyfriend to his mom about sleeping with your mom? What is going on? Now, that's not normal. It probably has happened, but this is not normal. Again, Palomar is by the way, Kareen, she was born from this. She's born from that demon gland. You can tell it too. She's born from that demon gland too. We see Jukebox go get the videotape restored, and she drops it at James' house while Detective Howard was en route to ask the man questions about Burke. So he's going to ask James about Burke. Howard's going to take care of it. She let somebody off. So it's going to lead to a circle because Howard going to see why his wife let off. He's going to find out Laverne. Laverne has a relationship with Rock. That's Kanan's first cousin. That's his son. Therefore, he's kind of like blood. So it's going to lead to a missed situation. And I can't wait. We also see that somebody else was going to handle the situation at the show end. We see Symphony packing to leave. Rock was getting ready to do the bit, handle her side, and she didn't. We all know Rock loves Symphony. We know it. We know that Rock loves that man, but she couldn't do it. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. What are y'all theories? Give me some theories. We'll talk in the comments below. I'll get back with you. We'll talk about them next week too. Maybe joined by Miss Bradshaw. I don't know, but shout out to Miss Bradshaw. And she might be busy. Prayers up to her and whatever going on in her situation. I don't even know if she has a situation. She might just not have got my tweets, my Twitter. But that's how life goes. I appreciate her for always stopping by usually, and I appreciate y'all for listening. Because if you go through this much and you dealing with me after I'm dead tired and sleeping, I appreciate you. So we're getting out of here. I appreciate you. Peace.